This is Year 6 Maths for Monday the 15th of June, and the learning objective is I can read and interpret line graphs. Good morning Year 6. This week we're going to be working on statistics in maths. There are lots of different ways of presenting data. So far in maths up to Year 6 we've used and studied tables, pictograms and bar charts, but today we're going to be learning about line graphs. Line graphs are used to represent continuous data. Most often, that's how something changes over time, such as how temperature changes somewhere over the course of a day or through different seasons, like the graph below. So to practice reading and understanding line graphs, we're going to look at an example. Two families have decided to go on holiday to Cornwall. They're going to travel to Cornwall separately. The Mystery family will drive to Cornwall in their car, but the Kellett family will travel by train. So here's a line graph to show their journey. The title of the graph explains what the data in it shows. It's a line graph to show how long it took the families to travel to Cornwall. The x-axis runs across along the bottom of the graph and it shows time, running from 8 o'clock in the morning through till 1400 hours, which is the same as 2 p.m. The y-axis running up the side shows the distance the family travel in kilometres. Each step on the graph must be 10 kilometres and every 50 kilometres is marked with a number. The Kellett family's journey is shown in purple and the Mystery family's journey is shown on the graph in green. So to start with, have a look at the graph and see if you can work out what time each of the families set off. Pause the video while you check. So the green line, which represents the Mystery family, starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. So the Mystery family set off at 8 o'clock. The purple line, which represents the Kellett family, doesn't start until half an hour later, 8:30. So the Kellett family set off at 8:30 in the morning. Now have a look to see which family had the fastest journey. Pause the video while you decide. So starting with the Mystery family, which is the green line, they set off at 8 a.m. and arrived in Cornwall at 1400, which is 2 p.m. The Kellett family set off half an hour later at 8:30 a.m. but they arrived in Cornwall half an hour earlier than the Mystery family at 1:30 p.m. So the Kellett family had a faster journey. The Mystery family stopped twice at motorway services. What times did they stop and how long for? Pause the video and see if you can work it out. You can tell on the graph that the family have stopped because the line goes flat. The distance isn't increasing. So the first time that the Mystery family stop is at 10 a.m. and they stop for half an hour from 10 till 10:30. The second time they stop is at midday, 12 o'clock, and they stop for 1 hour until 1 o'clock. The Kellett family also stopped off on their journey. How many times did they stop? Can you think why? Pause the video while you check. Remember, the Kellett family were travelling by train. The first time they stopped is where the graph goes flat for the first time, between 9 and 9:30. The second time is between 10:30 and 12, and the third time is between 12:30 and 1. If they're travelling by train, the reason they stopped is most likely to be because they were changing trains and waiting at the platform. So the final question we're going to have a look at for this graph is, did both families travel the same distance overall? Pause the video while you check. If we look carefully at the y-axis, which shows the distance the families have travelled, for both families it starts at 0. They haven't travelled any distance. And then for both families it ends at the same point, which is 265 kilometres. So yes, they have both travelled the same distance, but it took them different times. We've seen that line graphs can tell a kind of story. In your book, jot down an idea for a story that these graphs could tell. There are different ideas you can use, and there are some answers or possible answers on the website, along with some more questions about line graphs for you to work through.